It's called Dave's Stories, you know. But he had a story about proof that YouTube can change your life. And man, I tell you, a lot of folks have had their lives changed, right? Like baseline, this is his story, you know, and I don't quote anything. I'm just giving you my perspective. But watch this here. He had this one figure on there, you know, and it was $766,000. But, you know, if you listen to the video, you know, he was telling you that, you know, he had multiple channels and have had multiple channels, and, you know, he's made like $12 million, right? But he was talking about the amount of money you can generate, you know, how much revenue you can raise. And he was talking about treating it like a business, you know. And he went into a lot of things, you know, like one in particular was, well, there we are. You know, one in particular was, you know, he was talking about AdSense. So he was talking about the importance of AdSense. And, you know, that is just one version of being able to get monetized on YouTube, right? But he was actually showing proof that he, you know, if you hang in there, everything will be all right, you know. Everything will fall into place at some point. And I was like, man, you know, he's showing proof, you know. Normally, and here's what I mean. A person normally won't get on a almost said platform, almost said YouTube channel, right? But I didn't mean it like that. A person normally won't get on a platform like YouTube and say that they made X number of dollars unless it's true. And here's what I mean. If he wasn't making money, he absolutely would not get on there and say, I've only made, you know, $600 or something like that, because it wouldn't give him much bragging rights, right? But when somebody make a statement like what he's making about how much he's earned, that's proof. That's proof that you can make it on YouTube, you know. So whatever you do, hang in there. Just don't give up. But it's in fact proof that YouTube can change your life. And, you know, he talked about the AdSense, right? But here's another thing he was talking about. Brand deal. He said brand deals, right? And you know what that makes me think of? Everybody can have a brand. Everybody can create a brand and market it. I'm gonna show you how simple that can be. Watch this here. You can just take a hat and you can get somebody to put a logo on that hat. That's your brand, right? And you've just made yourself a revenue stream in that you now have your logo on a hat. You've worked with a hat or a t-shirt company, and now you can sell those hats, sell those t-shirts with your brand on it. So that's as simple as branding right there. I mean, that is branding right there. And you just created another revenue stream. And that was another thing he was talking about. That's how YouTube can be profitable to you. And, you know, he talked about the AdSense piece. He talked about that branding piece. He also, I almost lost you there. He also talked about the sponsorship piece. Now, watch this here. Let me talk about sponsorship. He talked about that. And once again, this is the guy, Dave's Stories. That's the web page. So visit that channel. I say a web page. I mean YouTube channel. Visit that channel. I thought it was pretty good for information You know, I be saying go to all these different channels, but I'm saying it because I thought it was good for me. I thought it was good material to review. So, you know, when I see something that's good, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and share with everybody else. But Dave's Stories, that's the YouTube channel. It's a good walk today. But what sponsorship? That's where I was. Back to the sponsorship piece. One of the significant pieces that you have in place too is sponsorship. And you know, sometimes, you know, you can start doing well. You can have a nice little niche, and people believe in what you're doing. Then they look at you know, how many subscribers you have and how many people are viewing your channel, and they'll get behind you and say, hey, I want to sponsor you because you're reaching a pretty good audience. And you know, I think my message will go well working with them, with your type of an audience. So you'll get people behind you that'll sponsor you, and they can actually give you some revenue. You can, they can give you, but no, you can actually earn. I don't want to say they can give you because nobody's giving you anything. You got to work for it. But you can actually earn revenue through sponsorship. So that's another way. So that was the third way. He had one more way too. He also said that you can have that online store. Now, I kind of touched on that when I was talking about the hats and the t-shirts, but watch this here. The sun is getting me good, and I hope you can see me. Yeah, you can see me. I can't see you, but I know the sun is in my face. There we go, back at you. But the online store piece, is significant because, okay, imagine this here. Let's go back in time. Now I'm gonna touch this here to make this reality for you. Imagine this here. Now, we're not going to talk about an online store, which is what he was talking about. I'm going to make it more where you can relate to it. Imagine you had a grandfather or your dad or your mother had a store when you were growing up, and people walked in. You know, they walked in and bought potato chips, and walked in, bought sodas and milk and bread. Man, somebody's cooking something and it smells good too. Believe it or not, it smelled like fish sticks and french fries. And man, I like fish sticks and french fries. But imagine you have a family member when you were growing up had a grocery store, right? And people would walk in and buy stuff. Hey man, you made more money than most of the people that lived in your neighborhood, because people would be like, oh man, they were rich because they had a store. You notice I put the word rich in there? A lot of folks refer to those store owners as being rich because they had a store. They were rich folks, man. They owned a store. That's how the conversation would go. And that's the same thing with being online. That's how you get additional revenue, additional money, because you have an online store. You have an online store, and that's just another way. That's proof. But that's proof. I'm gonna go back to the word proof. That's proof that YouTube can change your life. I just gave you some examples. So let me go ahead and cross here. All right. But yeah, that's proof that YouTube can change your life. You just got some real life examples. All right, let's go on to another subject matter now. Let's go on to let's go to subject matter number 3 for today. Let's look at another one. What can we talk about?